Go.
Hello everybody, my name is Adrian North and I'm the Professor and Director of Psychology at Heriot-Watt University in Edinburgh. The purpose of this brief presentation is to introduce you to the business psychology courses that we're about to start offering via our partner in Jamaica, B&B University College. So what is the basic offering? Heriot-Watt is actually one of the oldest academic institutions in the United Kingdom. We were founded in 1821, which actually makes us the 6th oldest in the whole of the UK and the 2nd oldest in Scotland, our home country. We're also a very prestigious university. We're in the top 25% of institutions in the United Kingdom, the top 5% of institutions worldwide. Why? Well, it's because from our very beginnings we've established a reputation for teaching that prepares our students for the world of work. Let me explain why. We were founded in 1821, as I said, specifically to support the heavy industry of Scotland and also the Scotch whisky distilling industry. And ever since then, all our teaching has had direct vocational relevance. We don't have a history department, we don't have a philosophy department, we don't have an art department. We only teach things that are directly relevant to the world of work, and which prepare our students to go out there into the workplace and to secure the best possible jobs. We've been with B&B here in Jamaica for approximately 6 years now, offering courses in built environment and also in management. And now, as of now, we're offering our courses also in business psychology. And in particular, we're offering 2 courses, an undergraduate course, a BA in management and psychology, but also a postgraduate course, an MSc, postgraduate certificate and postgraduate diploma in business psychology. Why choose Heriot-Watt and B&B for the business psychology program? Well, there are several reasons. First of all, and perhaps most importantly, is the National Student Survey. In the United Kingdom, every year, every student has to complete the National Student Survey. It's compulsory. The survey asks them about things like their satisfaction with the course materials, the quality of their teaching, how well the course prepares them for the world of work. In the United Kingdom, there are 103 different psychology departments. I'm pleased to say the most recent National Student Survey, Heriot-Watt Psychology Department, was ranked #1, ahead of Oxford, ahead of Cambridge, ahead of London, ahead of any other British psychology department you may have heard of. We're #1. Our courses at B&B are based directly on the course materials we deliver in Edinburgh. Specifically, for an entire academic year, we took an audio recording of every single lecture that we gave. The academic then transcribed that audio recording, turned into high-quality written English, and those are the course materials that we will be using here. A direct one-for-one correspondence between what you do here in Jamaica and what we do in the #1 rated psychology department in Britain back in Edinburgh. Of course, these written materials are supplemented by our PowerPoint slides and any other teaching materials that we use in Edinburgh. It's exactly the same course. The second reason for choosing Heriot-Watt courses at B&B concerns our library facilities. We have, frankly, the best e-library that money can buy. We have online access to the full text of over 600 psychology journals, the 600 leading journals in the world. You can access those as a Heriot-Watt student at B&B anywhere that you've got an online internet connection. You don't have to be in the classroom, you don't have to be at B&B. You can be at home, you can be on holiday, you can be anywhere. You can access the course materials and the full electronic library. Another reason why you should choose Heriot-Watt courses at B&B, particularly those in psychology, is our employment record. Our Edinburgh campus students in 09-10, the most recent year for which the stats are available at the time of recording this, 100% of those graduates got a graduate level job. And I do mean a graduate level job. They're not flicking burgers or anything like that. They're doing proper graduate employment, all of them. Our students do well. Also, B&B itself, we chose B&B very carefully as our partner institution. We have staff who we have vetted for their quality. We also have staff who are vetted for the extent to which they're conscientious and caring. I've spent the last 2 days talking to the tutors here and to the students. They tell us repeatedly about how staff will, for instance, give out their mobile phone numbers in the run-up to exams. They answer emails from students quickly. And of course, they have regular contact here in the classroom, it goes without saying. Why psychology? What's psychology got to do with business? Well, I think it's fairly straightforward. Business is about people, and if you understand people better through psychology, you can do business better. Let me explain what I mean by that. Business involves managing people, getting them to do what you want them to do, working in the most effective ways. That's a psychological topic. Similarly, business is about selling things to people. It's about persuading people that they want to buy the products that your business makes. That's psychology, that's persuasion. Similarly, business is about designing products that people want to buy. How do you best design things to make them attractive so that people can use them safely? Psychology is all about that too. So in other words, if you understand psychology, you understand people. And if you understand people, you understand how to do business better. All our courses have got an equal weighting between psychology and business. You get a full training in both. We give you the people skills that you need to manage people. We give you the business training you need in order to do business. Let me tell you a little bit more about the two specific degrees that we offer. First of all, the Bachelor of Arts in Management and Psychology. It's a 50-50 split. It contains just as many management modules as it does psychology modules, so you get a proper training in both. Also, direct entry into Year 2 and Year 3 of those courses is available. It depends on the qualifications you've got, and you should contact B&B to discuss that. But if you get direct entry to Year 3, then of course you can complete your full degree within a year. The MSc Business Psychology is also a very special course. It's very different to the kind of courses you'll see offered by other universities. Effectively, it's a psychological MBA. It gives you advanced training on all the aspects of psychology, where you, as a manager, or as a normal employee, would find yourself interacting with other people, be it in product design, be it in managing and leading people, be it in selling, human resources, all aspects of business are covered on this course. Again, it's a very flexible entry program. If you've got an undergraduate degree, be that an existing undergraduate degree from B&B or one from elsewhere, you can have direct entry to the MSc. If you don't have a degree, but you do have 5 years of business experience, you can at least go directly onto our postgraduate certificate version of the course. When you've completed 4 of the modules, which is what you need for the certificate, you're then eligible to transfer directly to the MSc. And also, if you've got no prior business experience or qualifications, what you can do there at least is to take 4 individual modules. If you pass those 4 individual modules, you're allowed to enter the MSc directly. It's a very, very flexible entry structure. I should say as well, there's no prerequisite demanded in terms of your subjects as well. If you have either a business background or a psychology background or a background in any other discipline, you can also enter the MSc in business psychology. It doesn't require a background in psychology or in business. So let me just tell you very briefly a little bit more about the structure of the two courses. First of all, the undergraduate course. Basically, in Year 1 of the undergraduate course, the BA Management and Psychology, 25% of the modules are in psychology, 75% of the modules are in management. And there's a fair amount of choice already, even in Year 1, in the type of topics you can take. In Year 2, there's a little bit more psychology. It's 50-50 split between the two disciplines. Half the modules are in psychology, the remaining half the modules are from management. And in Year 3, 75% of the modules are psychology, and 25% of the modules are in management. Again, with plenty of choice of the management modules you might want to take. Let's move on and look at the course structure of the MSc. Well, there are 8 modules in the MSc. Let me tell you what they are. Consumer and economic psychology is the first one. Why do people buy the products that they buy? How do you make your products more attractive to people? That's what that module is. The second module is leadership. How do you lead your staff? How do you manage staff most effectively? Third, executive coaching. How do you, as someone with a background in psychology, get the best from the other senior managers in your group? How do you get them performing to the very best of their abilities? How do you get them identifying the key issues that they need to resolve? That's what executive coaching is all about. The fourth module is ergonomics. How do you design products to maximum effect? And particularly, how do you design products that are attractive and which can be used safely by people? That's the field of ergonomics. Fifth is organisational culture. We live in an increasingly globalising world that's impossible to avoid. The organisational culture module tells you all about the different ways in which different cultures differ and how you've got to adapt your own business practice so that you can do business effectively within those different cultures. Next is social and organisational change. Organisations aren't static, they change over time. For instance, when the economy improves, they expand. As the economy worsens, they sometimes have to contract. The social and organisational change module tells you specifically how to best go about changing and adapting your own organisation so it can be most effective within the prevailing business environment. Next is diversity. As I say, we live in globalised times. That doesn't just affect the markets in which businesses operate, it affects the employees that they have working within them too. And most large businesses now have got a very diverse background range of employees, which brings with it, first of all, challenges. How do you get these employees to work effectively together with their different cultural backgrounds? It also brings with it opportunities. Employees with different cultural backgrounds and different ways of doing business increase the flexibility of any one particular organisation. It can adapt more effectively if it has a diverse working force. And so a diversity module deals specifically with how you use that diversity in order to make your business work better. There's a research and ethics module, and that particularly provides training for the MSc project. There are two ways in which students can do the MSc project. First is the conventional approach that we'll see in most courses. Students go out, they collect some data, they test a hypothesis, and then they write a report based on what they did. And that's fine. We also, however, allow students to do a second version of the MSc project instead. In this alternative version, we call it the Policies and Procedures project. What they do is they take the literature on a topic of direct relevance to their own business practice, and they use that literature to develop new policies, new procedures for their own business to follow, so that it can work more effectively. And this emphasis on improving practice within the student's own business runs right the way through all of these modules. The modules are assessed by a mixture of coursework and examination, and each individual question always asks students to apply the material that's taught in the course to their own business practice, and it gets assessed directly against that. Similarly, each of these modules has tutorials within it, which again allow students to discuss how the material applies to their own business practice. The course is essentially about you and your own business practice. So, to summarise all of this, Heriot-Watt in general offers courses of direct vocational relevance. We have great employment rates. It's not a coincidence, it's because we only teach things in a way that's directly relevant to the world of work. The business psychology program is provided by the best single psychology department in the United Kingdom. It's supported by world-leading electronic library facilities that you have access to anywhere you have an internet connection. You can download whatever you want to download for use later. Finally, crucially, it's taught by friendly, supportive, conscientious staff right here in Jamaica who understand the particular business context that you're operating within. Thanks for your attention.